Well, hello everybody. We are live, and as you can see today, we have someone on with us that we don't usually have on. So this is our beautiful Kylie. You might know her as what's your name
Everyone.
on YouTube?
Sacred Knots.
Yeah. So our beautiful Nick has had a little bit of an altercation with her croc shoe and the pool, and she's had to have some surgery on her ankle that decided to have a break. So her ankle's having a break, but it's fixed, but she's still in hospital. Oh, Nick, we're so sorry, but I just spoke to her and she's amazing. She's going home soon. So yeah, we will I think hopefully she'll be on the actual comments here. So, but how is everybody? What's been happening? Oh my gosh, I don't know about you guys, but oh my, I've had the weirdest dreams going on. So yeah, I'd love to know how you've all been going, how you've been feeling, and if you've been having any cray dreams. So Kylie, how are you?
Are you talking to me?
Kylie.
Oh, I'm good. It just broke up just as you said that question. So my streaming isn't that great. I'm great. I'm really good after the weekend of rest.
Yeah. Okay.
And had some
Kylie's
amazing dreams last week.
Yeah, and we'll show that. Dave sent us through a dream, and Kylie's got an amazing dream up. And I feel that these sort of dreams can really help us all to understand how powerful our dreams can be, and how they can actually help us to shift and heal and consciously know what's going on a deeper level. So, yay, Dennis is on, Marie's on. Hi, Gillian. Nice to see you all. And yeah, let us know. So with Nick, so Nick, as we know, is just not on today, but she's recovering from her ankle and surgery. But I did pull a card for Nick from my beautiful Animal Magic cards, and it was this one. It was our gargoyle. Now, this card does not come up very often. So it's just telling Nick that she's very protected, and also to tap into gargoyle energy, because it can actually help us to feel stronger and safer. She's not going to be able to walk for a while, quite a while. So yeah, so that's for our beautiful Nick. So and Sherry's on. Hi. So yeah, I was actually just thinking maybe we could just spend a few minutes and just send our Nick some beautiful, loving, healing energy. So let's just do a quick meditation for Nick, and maybe ask the gargoyles to come through for us as well while we're doing this. So if you just want to close your eyes just for a moment and just let yourself settle into your body, big breath in. And as you breathe out, just let yourself drop. Just let yourself go into that beautiful heart space, which is where all the healing happens. See, sense, or feel that white light of love coming through that's within us and from source. Allow this to flow through your whole body, your whole being, right out into your energy field, releasing any dross, anything that's not of love. And then just connect into that love network. And we just send our beautiful Nick lots of peace, lots of healing, lots of support. And we ask the gargoyles to come through to help with healing and protection for us and for Nick. And just note that real sense of peace that comes through with this. Okay, and when we're ready, we're just going to gently come back now, knowing that that energy will flow for us all day and for Nick. So just wriggle your toes, open your eyes, and gently come back into the here and now. So, we've got Trixie Todd on. Hello. So yeah, so look, things happen in our life. There's always divine timing. There's always a reason. So yeah. So how did that go for you, Kylie?
That was lovely. I felt the energy from the group, and I could feel the love coming, like radiating out. And I'm going, Go to Nick. Go to Nick. So for me, I felt it in my body.
Yeah. Beautiful. So, and it's so simple, and we can do things so quickly because we are so powerful. So yeah, but so to tap into these beautiful beings.
It's amazing.
So, and it's interesting because I thought, just with the dreams that have been going on, I thought I'm just going to pull an animal magic card for everyone today. And the card that came up for everybody is our dolphin card. So the words that go with dolphin is frequency and communication. So yeah, and you can see the network. You know how I said tap into that source? It's almost like a network. So yeah. So and also if you
that's what I was going to say. That always stands out.
Yeah. I think there's a time lag, but that's okay. So if there's anyone you feel you need to communicate with, this is what Dolphin's saying, and be more playful as well. So yeah, so just and also what I'm getting as well is, do we have to communicate with ourselves to actually change some sort of perspective that we've had that may have been limiting us? So I feel that's something else that we can actually tap into as well. What part of ourselves do we have to let know that it's safe, that we don't have to stress anymore, we don't have to worry anymore? So yeah. Okay, so look, great. We've got a few people have put things up. This is gorgeous. So yeah, we've got Cherry. So Cherry says, "Wow, I've got a vision of electrical." Yeah, Carly, I think there's too much of a time lag with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. So I might just read it. Okay, so so electrical current running through Nick's ankle. That's beautiful, Sherry. Thank you. And Jillian said she felt a lot of fear being released really easily. So, and Trixie, I'll pop yours up in a minute. So Nick says, I so appreciate your thoughts. It means so much. Feeling a bit teary. Oh, that's because we're all coming from the heart, and this is where everything happens. The healing, because it's such a shock when that happens to us, and we go through something like that. So yeah, so that that healing always comes through the heart, Nick. You're very loved. So. And so Trixie Tot, Marie, can you share about gargoyles? Who are they? What's their purpose, good or bad? Yeah, and I'm really glad you've brought this up, Trixie Tot, because, these guys have had a bad rap for a really long time. And, they're seen as like aggressive. You'll see them, there's different ones as well, because there's some that they often you see them on buildings, old buildings. But the gargoyle, when I go into the inner world, so I actually tap in and go into the inner sanctum of the elemental beings. And so I was just doing that one day, and I didn't expect this. It was really interesting. I was in that beautiful inner world, and there was all of the elemental beings and the fairies. And then the next minute I saw this being over to the side waving at me. I went, what's that? And so I went over, and it was a gargoyle, and I went, oh, hi. And the gargoyle said to me, I want you to come in and see where we live and what we are and what we do. So I went in, and he said, but before you come through, it was like a cave system. He said, before you come in, I want you to go up these stairs. So I went to go up these stairs into this amazing room. It was so light. There was so much light frequency coming in. I literally couldn't look at it. And so I said to him, I came down and I talked to him, and I said, so what does that mean? He said, the dark attracts the light. That's why we come across as being a dark being, because we actually are full of light and we bring light through. And then when I connected with him, my heart, I just felt this love, unbelievable love. And it was beautiful. I went through, showed me around, and he said, you can always tap into us. We love, love, love working with humanity. So I did. So I just started saying, well, what do you do? Well, we can protect you. We can make you feel like you're safe, until you find that within yourself fully. So I did. And so I remember once I was down in this little country town for work. I used to do a lot of driving for my job, and I had a new company car, and anyway, I asked the gargoyles to look after it. I had all my like gear to stay over, my computers, everything was in it. And I went in to see these doctors, these clients, and the next minute the gargoyle comes in and he goes, "Oh, Marie, look, there's no panic, but just be a good idea if you came back out to the car at some stage." So I said to the receptionist, "Look, I'll be back in a minute." I went out and somehow there'd been an electrical glitch and every single window in my car was down. All my gear was in there and it hadn't been touched. So I fixed it and got them up. And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And that's when I realized that these gargoyles, they really do a good job. So if I was ever going away or I was worried about my cat, leaving him, I would ask the gargoyles to be there. So, and I had a friend of mine said she started to work with the gargoyle, but she said, "I don't want him to talk to me because they can be quite chatty." And so this gargoyle would just sit next to her in the car and not say a word. It was hilarious. So they actually really tap into our essence. So that's what I sort of see of gargoyles. I should get my book. Give me a second. So, Kylie, if you want to chat now, I'm going to grab my book and I'm going to read a little bit from it, okay?
Absolutely. Okay, so just with gargoyles, Marie was one who introduced me to gargoyles, and I use them, and I say that it works. We were at the beach one day, and I forgot to shut my car door, and I came back, and nothing had been touched. So I asked the gargoyles for protection, and I swear they're there, just sitting there waiting, protecting. So, I mean, they want to help us.
Yeah, totally. So I'll just read a little bit about what's in the beautiful animal magic book about gargoyles. Gargoyle is an angel of the underworld existing within dimensions of the elemental kingdom. And this is where I found them, and I didn't know this. It is dog-like in nature, fierce, loyal, and protective, much like the dragon. Legend says this creature scares away evil spirits and negative energy and protects buildings, objects, and people it is close to. It is not only a protector, but also a guardian, caring and looking out for you when you are feeling insecure and unsafe. So it dates back thousands of years. What else is jumping out at me that might help? So some people even believe it came alive at night. We know when it was on the, I think it was the Notre Dame where they had the gargoyles, and when they took the gargoyles down to do something, fix them, that's when the fire happened. So interesting, hey? Yeah, protecting villages and churches when they're most vulnerable. So if you've chosen this card today, you could be feeling fearful, uncertain, or unable to trust. You may be feeling unsettled after releasing fears during your dream state. You could be feeling frightened to step out of your comfort zone and try something different or new. You may be feeling hypersensitive or insecure or unsafe because of negative projections from those around you. You are calling upon Gargoyle to come through from the elemental kingdom to guard and protect you. Gargoyle enables you to clear fear and worry so you can release feelings of insecurity and hypersensitivity. So through the support of Gargoyle, you can begin to feel safe and loved. So it is the most powerful shield of protection in the elemental kingdom. I feel the dragons are slightly connected with them, but it's different. I feel dragon energy is slightly different to that, again, obviously. So that's my interpretation of gargoyles. And I mean, there's so many instances where I've had the gargoyle, and I know Kylie's the same. So I'd love to know if anyone else has ever connected in with gargoyles and what you've got. So yeah. So let's have a look and see. Mercury retrograde. Yeah, Trixie. Look, I do feel that they're like the that communication card. Sometimes there is still an element of I guess some unsettling around this Mercury retrograde. I really try and go above all of the astrology stuff, yet of course it's in the collective, and so of course it can impact us. So yeah, it's just it can be an issue, but I would really try and work above it. It's really interesting. So wow, next pet will be a gargoyle. Exactly, Nick. Yeah, I think you've already got yours. It came to you this morning. So Nick's actually had an experience. So The same, yeah. Shopping centre car park, back completely open in a busy holiday season, nothing missing. Totally. It's amazing. It's like your car doesn't exist to people. It's like this
Yeah.
beautiful protective layer. And it was interesting because when I lived
Mhm.
on the water, we were right on the canal and everything, and there was a lot of homes being broken into, and people they were coming in off the canals and coming in the back way into the houses. But I knew I had two beautiful big gargoyles right down the front on the water near the boat, and we never ever got touched. And the friends I lived with would often forget to lock the doors when they went out, so it was like not a problem. Like even accidentally left up the shed like sliding door, and I was like, but nothing happened because this is how powerful they can be. So yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, so Trixie, you knocked my socks off. So yes, but look, I love them. I love these beautiful beings. They're amazing. So Sherry said, I recall asking a local in Indonesia why there were so many statues, and his response was to pray to that higher part of self to master that quality. Feels the same for archetypes, gargoyles, animal. Absolutely. Yeah, spirits, etc. It's all within us. It's
Yeah.
like absolutely. And I love you said that. That's why I said at first I was like, okay, I'm really going to work with this. And then I realized within myself, I have that too. So I don't actually tend to do that as often now because I feel it's already, I've remembered within myself. But this is what they do. They help us to get to that point. They help us to remember, oh, I'm that. So I really love that you've brought that up. So, which is beautiful. Yeah. So, oh, this is so funny. So Nick goes, so she's still in hospital. So she said the warden, which is like a porter or orderly, I think, who brought me here, asked what I was watching. I explained Dream Show. He was so excited. He said he is also a psychology student. It made his day. Oh, Nick, look at who you're touching by being out of your normal environment. Good job. I love that. That is so
Great.
It is great. So yeah. Well, at least you've got some entertainment while you're in there. So okay. So what we might do is I might go to yeah, they're like training wheels. Yeah. I love that, Sherry. They are like training wheels. So okay, so Jillian, I'm going to pop your dream up now, then we'll go back to the dreams that we've got at the top. So Jillian says, I had a dream where there were ferocious dogs on the other side of the road. I now think they were gargoyles. The next dream I was protected. Okay, so it is. That's really interesting. And it's interesting you talk about dogs because I had the weirdest dream last night. So what happened was I was in this backyard of this home. I knew it was my house somewhere, and Clive, my cat, was outside, and it was a big backyard, and it had like a sand pit for playing in. And next minute, I looked, and there was all these kittens. And I went, "Where have these kittens come from? This is beautiful." And then there was another cat. I went, "Okay," so I got food, and then dogs turned up, and they were beautiful, but they were calm, and they were. I went, "Okay." I started to feel like Noah's Ark. And then this weird animal turned up I've never seen before. It looked like it had a black one of those straw hula hoop skirts from its neck down. It was half bird, half something else. I was going, wow, I'm so honored to have you here. I have no idea what it was. But everything was calm. So when you talk, Gillian, about these ferocious dogs, we can look at it a couple of ways. But I'm going to ask Kylie. It might take her a few seconds to come in, but I'm going to ask Kylie what her thoughts are first.
Hi. Okay. I'm just gonna. Everything just broke up then. So the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The dogs on the other side of the road, the gargoyles, were there as protection. They've come through anyway. You didn't need to call them.
Yeah, they've already come in. Yeah, I love that.
I got straight away from that dream.
You got that straight away. Yeah. And the other thing about dogs as well, they can be we looked this up this morning.
I always feel that they're there.
Yeah, but we looked it up this morning, and dogs were actually also, of course, the masculine side. We used a couple of things, but the Betty Bethard's book, we looked it up. And if they're ferocious, it does mean that we may need to tone down our masculine aspect. So that's the only other aspect, Gillian, that I would look at as well, is have you been a little bit reactive lately, or is there anything been going on that's been pushing your buttons? But it could definitely be some protection. Yeah. So which is, and it can go both ways. And the other side of the road, so how interesting is that? Actually, I'm going to do some cards for this one, on this one for you, because the other side of the road can also be, maybe do you need to be a little bit more ferocious? Do you need to bring up your masculine a little bit more so that you are actually tapping into your own sense of protection? So this is interesting. I think this could be this could be either way. I'd love to know what you feel from that, if you're looking at different aspects of that, of the dog. So talking about whether it's the protective gargoyle aspect or whether it's actually your masculine aspect on the other side of the road. Let me just have a look. I'm just going to grab some cards to see if I can get some clarity within that dream. Okay, this one wants to come out. Yeah, this is about you getting more balance, because the Chariot, we can only move forward with the Chariot when we found that balance within. So look at the masculine, the yin yang. So we've got the, that yin yang aspect. So maybe you do need to find a little bit more of a allowing your masculine to come through and be more protective for you. Yeah, Knight of Wands. So this is actually taking some action in a way that's maybe a little bit uncomfortable for you. I don't know. This is really interesting. I'd love to know if any of this is resonating with you. Yeah, so emotionally, you're being offered something. And I always look at this one and see what the face is like on that girl. She can either be looking at what's being offered or deciding, no, actually, I want to feel this. I want to experience this. So it's like it's come from a community or a village or family or whatever it is. But it's definitely something I would look at. So, yeah. So that's so I'd love to know what you thought of that. So, and then Gillian, we'll just continue with this. So Gillian said, next, there was a girl walking a really friendly dog. The next dream, my twin brother and myself were walking high hills in Northern Ireland and walking around white mansions. Wow. Okay. So there's a lot in that one as well. So
Interesting.
Kylie?
Okay, I'm getting this generational stuff going on here, and the gargoyles knew this, and they were called maybe not by you, Gillian, but by someone else, and they were meant to come through now. And I feel the white is cleansing, and I feel this comes from. Do you have ancestors from Northern Ireland? Because that's what I'm feeling straight away. And the friendly dog, I think there's been something healed in the lineage that was ferocious, and it's stopped. And that's my first thing that came through.
Thanks. That's great. Yeah. And, the fact that you're with your twin brother, like you said, it could be lineage, and the high hills, it means maybe you're seeing things from a higher perspective as well. But white's definitely purity, and mansions are luxury and expansiveness in your life. Yes. Yeah, there we go. So Gillian says, yes, there is a lot of unraveling in the lineage. It's been really good. Northern Ireland is the in-laws, etc. So spot on, Kylie. Yeah, that's perfect. So it is. This is lineage stuff as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's perfect. So
Yep,
wow. So
that's what I
thanks for
felt.
sharing that. Yeah, that's really cool. So and this is how our dreams can actually show us, like, just going back to a country or a place where our lineage may have come from. And the work we do here, I don't feel we really have any idea of how powerful it is. So we are clearing belief systems, limitations, woundings, traumas from all through, because everything's happening now, remember. So what we do here and now, I've always said, I feel this is one of the most powerful lifetimes that we can have, and that's why we put our hands up to come here, because didn't read the fine print. So okay. So Nick, this is really interesting. So Nick's just said, last night I felt I was running yellow colored energy around my ankle. The night before I broke my ankle, and I had a dream of a four-legged yellow creature off in the distance, just standing on the side. Wow. So, well, yellow, we can look at yellow as a color. I always see it as empowerment, like our solar plexus. It can also be the sun, like the healing frequency of, well, it used to be yellow, didn't it? The sun. So, and also gold, which is Christ consciousness. So I'll just have a look up colors in the book. From memory, that's what it meant. Yellow, peace. There you go, Nick. Peace is in the book. So interesting. And that feels almost, that peace is almost like that protection again coming through for you. So yeah, fascinating. So if anyone wants to,
can I ask
yeah, sorry,
question? What color are your Crocs, Nick? They're not yellow, are they?
That's funny. Okay,
I'm thinking it was warning not to wear your Crocs. Just hit me.
Well, it's funny, Kylie, because Nick said, she said, I've been meaning to throw those Crocs out. So yeah, that's really interesting. But we got a big yes.
The creature was warning not to wear them. I kept getting there.
Yeah. So
okay, yep.
Here we go.
They're in the bin, eh?
Yeah, I'd be putting them in the bin. So don't wear Crocs.
Come on in the yellow family.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. All right. So let's just pop back. I think someone, oh yeah. And Dennis, this is really interesting. I think Michael is their patriot of Gargoyles. Well, it's interesting because if we look at our Chiron woundings, the Aries Chiron wounding is all around empowerment, the solar plexus. It's also around challenges through power plays. And Archangel Michael is actually the patriot of the Chiron, if your Chiron wounding is in Aries. So thank you for that. That makes so much sense. Very protective. Yeah, it's true. So okay. Oh, thanks for sharing all of those. That's amazing. So I love it when things really sort of click in. So I'm going to do now, Dave. Remember Dave? Hello, Dave. He's probably not on because it's like, midnight over there. But Dave had that dream about the Luna, that LUNA, and we said go in and actually check in to see if you can get any more information on it. So Dave sent through his feedback, which I tried to meditate on the lunar anagram. Only the A came to mind, and that is for artificial, something that has to do with the moon or maybe a different AI model. And here's another dream he remembers about. So let's have a look. So Dave's dream, I'm in a medieval castle. To my left, there is a corridor from one of the pillars. A skeleton is hanging on a lance by its head. You have such good dreams, Dave. I carefully walked to the end and avoided the traps. But I can't see the arrowhead between the rocks while I look inside the corridor that is going to the right, where torches are lit in the wall. As I touched the wall to my right, it activated the walls in the second corridor to close in. When I let go, it went back. Then my alarm went off. As I was coming back to consciousness, I heard the word Hierophant. Now, this is so interesting because as soon as I read this, what jumped into my mind was the skeleton. That's the death. That's the transition because that's the death card. And then you've got the word Hierophant. So, and the Hierophant is it's a leader of many people. It has power and authority. And it's finding that within ourselves in a way that it doesn't become a power play. So this is how I've always seen the Hierophant. It's like this very powerful being within a reality. So it's interesting that it's almost like there's been a transition. The left, okay, so going off to the left is where it caved in and it's closed, and that's where your skeleton was hanging. This is an amazing dream. And yeah, but you knew you had
Marie, sorry. The corridors, it's like that's your rest period where you have to decide. That's what stood out to me. It's like laying down and resting, taking that moment to think about where to go, what to do. That, again, is to get there. Having those two corridors. Mm.
Absolutely. And sort of making the choice and going off to the right. And this is where your torches. So let's have a little look and just see. So I feel like you've been doing your work, you've been journeying, and it's almost like you're getting shown which way to go. And we all have gone through the traps. in life and, whatever's gone on. But the fact you could control that too now is really, really amazing. So let's have a look and see. Oh, so it's right at the front. Let me just feel in that one. Yeah, so this is actually making your house safer. So to me, when the Four of Wands comes up, it means the action you've taken has actually made it. So, and it's a castle. Oh my gosh, can you see that? It's a medieval castle, which is part of the dream anyway. But you've made it safe. You've done the work so that you can actually feel safe and celebrate. And I feel, again, there's some lineage in this too. So let's just have a look, see what else comes up for you, give you a bit more clarity on it. Actually, Dave's done Queen of Swords, speaking your truth, being very direct, and it's almost like the truth's coming through for you to understand it more. I think it's the Hermit. I was just going to say, I feel it's an ongoing process, but I love that the torch, the light's there. But I was just going to say to you, go in again. I'll put up what Dave's written about it. So Dave's meaning, I haven't fully decoded it yet. No, you've got to go in and do a bit more work. But so far I got that there's going to be something lit up for me, or something positive comes to me. Just have to wait a bit. The Hierophant probably came to me because it was in my head what Nick was saying about teaching languages. Yeah, so this is great. You're starting to piece things together. You just need to do a little bit more quiet time and meditation with that, and ask your soul, what is it that I want to actually experience, and I maybe can't put it into a format yet. So how does it make me feel? What makes me feel joyful? What makes me feel productive? Because it may just be something you haven't quite had that aha moment with. So I love that. I love that you actually done that. So, and I'm just going to check the comments, and then we'll go into Kylie's dream, because this was a real doozy. So Nick's popped up something for you there, Dave, like a Tomb Raider video game choices. Yeah, and it is. This is a whole game, and it is choices we make, and there's no right or wrong. But once we get more awareness, then we can sort of create and manipulate what works for us better. So I feel that's what is coming with you. That's what's coming through. Kylie, did you want to add anything?
No, I think this is perfect. And I think that's so true with the Hermit. Go back in. It's an ongoing process. That's the corridors, and that's what stood out to me. You'll get the answer, but you've got to choose the right corridors, and you'll know. But just keep walking them.
Yeah,
and
beautiful. Okay, so Kylie, let's put your dream up, and I want you to read this one. Okay, so just give me a second.
Yep.
Okay, so this was Kylie's dream, and if you want to explain a little bit beforehand, you can. Otherwise, you can just go straight into it.
Yeah. Okay. So just a little bit beforehand, Marie and I were chatting, and pretty much I fell asleep straight after our conversation. And when I went to sleep, it was a really deep sleep state. But I woke up and it was exactly midnight. I went, okay, that's interesting. And when I woke up, I felt really confused. I didn't know what time of day it was. I didn't know if it was day or night, what day of the week it was. Am I supposed to be doing something? And I felt I was supposed to be doing something really important at that time, and I was feeling really frustrated because I couldn't work it out. And it was a lot of this, let's go energy. I've got to get up and go now. So then I was fully awake, and I knew, if I relaxed, I could go back and do a body scan and go back into my dream. So I did that. And what I was actually doing was I was packing up the house. It wasn't my house, but I knew it belonged to me. So it wasn't the house I'm living in at the moment. But I was directing people packing up these boxes. I knew I sort of wasn't coming or going anywhere, but I was being really decisive, going, yes, that box can stay. And no, toss that box, and being very dramatic. And there was a deadline I felt that I had to meet. So it was really urgent that I clean out my space in my dream. And I, at the moment, have been in a really high stress period. My cortisol levels have been crazy. and I've been going through this for quite some time, but I just feel like this is a piece of a puzzle that is no longer fitting what I'm doing. So I'm internally clearing out boxes that I've packed away and stored in my head mentally, and I'm throwing them away for the final time. I'm going, yep, goodbye, this no longer serves me, you've got to go. And that was the message from my dream that I got. But before I fell asleep, I also got, close your eyes and listen, because that's the way we're meant to hear the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it was really
So again, there was all these pieces just hanging around. Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. It's just a time lag. It's okay. It's all good. But this one came in afterwards. I meant to put it up beforehand. So, and I know Carly really well. And Carly, when you told me this dream, I went, oh, thank goodness, because it's almost like, again, you were doing such deep work within the dream and consciously choosing what no longer needed to stay in your psyche, what no longer needed to stay in your deep subconscious. And I think people that maybe don't do dream work or don't do dream analysis, they really don't understand it to this level. But that then helped your physical body to start releasing, because, I don't know if anyone's experienced it, but when we have high cortisol, we often can retain fluid, we can have pain, in the body, we can be tired, we can be wiped out, all of the stuff that goes with it. And so the fact that Carly then went through this clearing process physically very quickly afterwards was quite amazing, wasn't it?
Oh, amazing. And yeah, I'm just starting to feel a little bit better now, but I know that was part of it.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for sharing. So for anyone else that has like those sort of dreams and it's shifting something, really take note of how you feel on a physical level, emotional, mental, spiritual, whatever your thought patterns afterwards over the next sort of few days, because when we start to tap into the power of those dreams, then our subconscious, our soul goes, oh, they're getting this, let's give them more. So a lot of your hard work can get done at night while you're asleep, which is perfect. Yeah. So, okay, where are we? So this is Sherry. So Sherry said, this is so big. This design we live in has all the symbols, nudges, experiences. And if we know the archetypes, so we're going back to Dave's dream as well, the reflections for achieving growth, and Carly's, these both work for this. Couple it with the astrology and we have the recipe. Yeah, it's right. And they're clues. It's like we've put ourselves in this really complicated, at one level, video game, being human and just having so many different aspects, and we can only focus on so many at once. And it's almost like having to get to the next level. And it's really weird because I've never ever felt the draw to play those sort of video games on computers or whatever. I think it's because I know we're actually doing it in real life, and that's enough. It's like I don't need to go in there and do it there. But some people get their aha moments about life doing it that way. So yeah. Okay, so where are we up to? I attach it with numerology. Yeah, Gillian, I think numerology to me has always had a real pull as well, because numbers hold a vibration and a frequency. And, I'm one of these number plate people. So it's so weird when I'm driving. Oh, like yesterday, there was a 222 and then another 2 at the end of it. Went, oh, that's 4 2s. And then there was a 777. And I'm just going, oh, I love it. It's almost like I'm creating messages for myself, through the subconscious. So, so numerology, I feel it has always been quite helpful for me. And we all have our own likes and dislikes. We all have our own, oh yeah, that works for me or that doesn't work for me. And that's perfect. That's why there's so much symbology and, there's so many archetypes for us to sort of really know what we connect with. So, yeah, so there you go. So thanks, Dave, for sending in your dream, and Kylie, thank you so much for your dream as well. So, okay, so what else? What else has been going on out there? We might even keep it a bit shorter today, just because, like Kylie hasn't got great connection, and I've also got to go to an appointment. But if you want to put anything up, just pop it up. And what I'm going to do though is before we do go, so and also obviously you guys know that time's changed, like because the US is now they've gone onto daylight savings time already. Well, I'm presuming it's today because Elisa told me last week. So, but yeah, I thought we'll do a chakra. I might just grab a chakra card so that we've got something to play with through the week. So, okay, so we have got some stuff up here. Oh, Jillian, I've started attaching it to people's names, e.g. Foxy T Wolf. Okay, so you mean your numerology? Yeah, I love that. And Marie said, I just heard of Soul Ray, which follows numerology. Never heard of that before. Have you? I'm not sure that I have. Kylie, have you heard of Soul Ray? I'm going to shuffle these. No, I haven't. So, yeah.
No, I haven't.
I just wonder if I've got my book here. I love, where is he? Oh, gosh.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. There was a beautiful numerology book done by Muehlman, who wrote they turned it into the movie. Muehlman, come on, Marie. I'll have to think of it. I know it's in my bookshelf. Dan Muehlman, the warrior, the something about the warrior. Well, he did a numerology book as well. Which is
No.
What was that? Sorry. Okay, let me just do
Da
these
Vinci
cards.
Code?
No. Something. It was years and years ago. I've got the book in there. I've got all his books. So let's just see what's coming through for us to actually play with this week, with whatever's going on energetically, that through our soul, through our spirit, through source. Oh my God, Jasper just said he wants to come in. Okay, sorry. When he tells me I have to, otherwise he starts yelling. So I'm just going to tap into Jasper and just ask what his message is for us for this time that we're in. And he's actually saying, Nick, he said, you saw the yellow because this is a frequency that's actually starting to come through a little bit more now. It's like it's folding in. Okay, so it's if we're making a sponge cake, you know how you have to fold the sponge cake so you don't get rid of the air, you folding the flour in. This is what this beautiful yellow frequency is doing at the moment. I'm going to ask him, is that Christ consciousness? He's going, it's actually different to that. It's slightly beyond that. It's like a lemon. And I'll just ask him again, can you actually just give me something to maybe, oh no, he says you're going to have to feel it. So it's almost like we need to feel this as it comes through. It's almost like there's more space. I'm actually feeling that there's more space around it. So, Kylie, can you just mute yourself? Would that be okay just for a second? I'm getting feedback. Cool. Yeah, so interesting. So really, just how do we feel? Like I was actually feeling it, that there was space, but then it was coming through my fingertips as well. So yeah, let's see what the cards bring up as well. The soul chakra card, or the chakra cards bring up for us, which is really interesting. Thanks, Jasper. He said, yeah, this is new. This is unusual. Okay. So number 10's come up, which is creativity. Look at those colors and look at that yellow. This is almost the yellow that was coming through. I felt the word lemon. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Nicole says she knew it was a special color frequency. So it felt new. Yeah. It's really weird because you came into mind when that came up, but it is a new frequency, and and also too, I think this card's giving us more of a message around, see how it's actually exposing the side of a face. It's like there's more to come through that's going to help us to see things a little bit differently. So I'm just going to look up the number 10, creativity. So if tune in, best thing to do, everyone, just tune into that card. Now, what stands out for you? Is it color? Is it the frequency? Is it a feeling? Is it part of the picture? Is there something in there, symbols, whatever it is that stands out to you? Just tap in and trust it. This is you trusting for yourself what the message is within this card. Okay, cool. So Carly, do you want to just come back on, put on your sound, put your hand up once your sound's on, and I want you to just say what you got from that card.
That was really interesting because the face to me looks really, really ancient. And the way they're smiling, it's like, I know the secret. You just need to wait and see all will be revealed. That's what I got first straight
Thank you.
away.
That's awesome. Yeah, and it does look ancient, doesn't it? And it's interesting because that card, oh yeah, Gillian's just said old and wise, nearly wooden. Yeah, it does. It's sort of it's definitely old and wise for sure. But
Yep.
it comes from the sacral chakra. Okay, so because this is a powerful and important time of creativity in our life. You are forever connected to the life force of the cosmos. So this is almost telling me that there's this new energy and frequency that's coming through is a life force in its own right. The universe is pure creative energy and is here for you at this time. When we can embrace this creative power and channel it into our lives, amazing things happen and the manifestation of our dreams becomes a reality. Have you been feeling a little flat of late with no energy to create what you love? Are you feeling like you are lacking the joy the universe has to offer? Now is the time for you to allow creative energy to light your fire. What do you love to create? What makes your heart sing? What have you dreamed of always doing? Whatever your heart is calling you to do, make sure to get those creative juices flowing, as it will bring joy and healing to your world. So that's this, and I did ask, my intention was to have some insight through this beautiful chakra card. So that's your navel chakra, which, I mean, most of you would know that sits just above the base and just below your sacral, sort of around that lower abdominal area. So Maria just said that the eye stands out to her. I need to look and watch. There are things coming forward. Beautiful. So everyone will get their own message and just trust it. Weird, but my initial thought was David Bowie. Actually, you know what? Look at his the eye. The eye is very David Bowie, isn't it? He had those green eyes and the creativity. That man had creativity oozing out of him. So I love that. That's really cool, Trixie Tot. So maybe do a meditation yourselves. Just let yourself open your heart as always when you want to do it, whether it's just before sleep or just on waking, whenever it works. And then tap into your soul and tap into that navel chakra and see what's been brewing in there. And Jasper's saying, yes, this is part of that frequency. So let's just see what happens and comes from this, which is so beautiful. But yeah. So I might leave it there today, but thank you all for being on. You know you're loved. You know this is our beautiful little dream team soul family. And Nick, you know we're sending you so much love, but you've got this, girl. You're an incredible human. You're an incredible being. So just know that we do love and think of you. I didn't know that David Bowie had different coloured eyes. I forgot, was it a blue and a green or a brown and a green, I think. So, yeah. But look, just take it easy this week, guys. Just start to really feel into this new frequency. And I just want to thank Kylie so much for coming on. Thank you, Kylie. So, and we will see you tomorrow on Elisa's show or next week back on the Dream Team. Okay. Mwah. Lots of love.